Oh, here we go. Alright, so this is Fireball Proc Sorc. Airballs. There we go. So we're going to be using a Hellslayer. It has the 30% chance to cast Fireball on striking. I don't know what the frames are. Everything is telling me different stuff. The POD calculator says, hey, it's 140. Or 125, 140 something for 5 frames. The point is, the PD2 wiki says 129. The POD calculator says something else. I got no clue. I know 140 gets you to 5. I do have a Crown of Ages. Let's go over some gear things here. Crown of Ages, yeah, but I have another one with AR. You're going to need a lot of attack rating on this to make it work, which is the pain of it. But I've got, the Vamp Days that I've always had for Lucian whenever I get the mats to try that. Did try the Steelcarapace for a bit too. You have bad defense, which Steelcarapace can help with. That is my mapping armor, which is a dope armor. It's basically a slightly better Chains of Honor. But again, it doesn't have good defense, and I wore that for Ubers, and it's struggle bust hard. I think I spent more juves on Ubers than I did Dclone 0. That's what I really just should be wearing, because you do need defensive stats for this Shaftstop. I have 52 PDR with this setup, String of Years, max res. That Ammy, that cost me an arm and a leg. I think it was up for 6 high runes. I actually traded a mana after kill wisp for it. I know I almost overpaid double, but I couldn't get the wisp to sell. So I just bought that outright. That really helped the whole build go. You gotta find, I know, whatever it is, the negative fire res Ammy exists, but you gotta find attack rating, and it doesn't have attack rating. You need something with res, attack rating, skills, the whole shebang, and that Ammy really fixed the build. I need better Waterwalks. I gotta get some max res ones, but I am poor again. I have an rune left. Yay. Attack rating, again, you need attack rating and res everywhere you can. And then the other ring switches out. I mean, I sometimes throw a Deathband, sometimes the Ravenfrost before I had the Canopy Frozen there, but 313 attack rating. Still haven't got the Nature's Peace in there, and then I do have another just dual leech mapping ring. Frostburns or Hellmouths for your gloves. Those are the ones that are going to have negative fire res, and you can get attack rating on them. There's not much else you can use in that spot that would be better. I do have fire skillers, and I have 2 more to get. But you can see everything has life on it, and that is because you're struggle bussing for life pretty hard. What makes the build work, obviously, is the Beast, so you can turn into the Werebear. I have a little bit of pre-buff gear, and I do use the CTA on Dclone for now, because, my lord, like I said, finding life on this is pretty difficult. I know what I need to do here. That needs jaw runes. I've now fixed the res problem. I'm overcapped, as you can see. I'm desperately overcapped for Ubers, which is fine. But yeah, I can fix that res. What I need are jaw runes in that, and I just don't have the money for it. Anyway, that's the multiple setups. You could also go with Leviathan, but I mean, the other Helm I could get if you wanted to really pump this in terms of damage, Flickering Flame, or Kira's, anything with 3 facets in it is going to do you well. So, the skill tree. You can build this, actually, before we go over that, there is a build of this where you can use a Storm Spire. I think it's 120 is the breakpoint for that. And you cast off the static fields and the charge bolts with lightning skills. The problem is that one has 3 synergies. It's got the Mastery and Telekinesis and Lightning. Makes it pain to get. However, the Fireball only has the 2 synergies here, and you're getting the Fire Mastery for your Enchant, which you would probably be putting, doesn't help you when you're having to max out Lightning res as well. So Enchant only has the 1. Warmth gives you attack rating. Enchant will get up to like 6k Enchant. Your Pierce, though, because you're using the Hellslayer, which has the negative fire res on it now this season, is 73. 75 with the Frostburns? I mean, for memes, you could get this to 100 with, like, Akira's, right? Which would be funny, but you just don't, your damage is built in, basically. So you want to go with defensive stats as much as you can, where you can. You do have to pre-buff a bit. Sorry, my mic stand's broken, so we'll put this down. not use the eschutas when I'm Dclone or anything like that, but yeah, I do go up to 6 for that. Oh, and by the way, there's also a point in shiver armor and hold enchant for the extra attack bonus. But when you turn into your fancy bear, there you go, 8 to 15k, and a lot of that's fire damage. A bunch, though, is physical damage, too. So a little bit of leech is good. That's why I have the string instead of, like, a Dungos. But you're just not leeching like a regular melee class, so don't expect to survive without a bunch of PDR. I'll throw on the map. I'll do Lucian and stuff when I get more mats, but I'm out of stuff. I did Dclone 0. I did tier 1 on Pluggy, but I was using the Pluggy charm, so I had 2,500 life without the CTA. And tier 1 was pretty easy, and that was with an old Hellslayer without the negative 35 fire res. So I know the damage is going to definitely be there. The problem was I wasn't sure if tier 1 would have enough life at 2k and down 6 Jews, because I'm picking up a slot. So the first Dclone 0, I did this. Yeah, so I wanted an Annie because I need to keep corrupting them to get a 2-skill one. So I did another 0, got it down. I was so pissed about the first death that I didn't hit record, so I'll throw on my failed Dclone 0, but I think this can do tier 1. I need a little bit more life. I just don't think it's going to hold up with 2,000. But it's pretty cool. I mean, you can teleport around, with not in Werebear form, but at least with your beast ready to go and transform, so you can pretty much farm the LOD content. That's kind of why I like it. It does maps okay. I think it was 13 minutes on a regular old cow yellow map. That was going by the town twice or whatnot, so it's not like, again, not the fastest mapper in the world. You can get an Infinity 2 for the Mercs. We should probably go over Mercs, but I'm using Reaper's Toll. I should switch this to an Act 1 now that I've fixed the res and things like that. I think the Act 1 Merc will be able to survive, and really what it needs is faster run walk to just be a better mapper. I don't need the amp damage anymore. And like I said, the Infinity would be nice and probably kick it into overdrive, but when you got 73% pierce, it's like, how much more do you need? I'm still one-tapping things, so I do have a... what is it, the Amp or Wrath in here somewhere. I can probably try the Act 1 Merc out, and that'll speed it up a bit. But it's kind of one of those classes I like. It does everything okay, and nothing really well. It's just good enough to do everything. So I'll try to get Lucian down. I think, like I said, Tier 2 should be somewhat doable. I don't think this can do Tier 2 Dclone. Certainly can't do Tier 2 Wrathma. But I bet you can clear Tier 1s. And it's a fun little unique build using that Hellslayer. And then I'm either going to main this next season, most likely, or try out the Stormspire version, which was cool in Pluggy. If you go with the Stormspire version, though, just know that you do need to get that Lightning Mastery. I was wondering if Lightning Mastery actually affected the charge bolts coming off of the weapon. It certainly does, and it's a significant amount of damage. So, proc Druid, Bear Balls, yeah. Either use the Hellslayer or that Stormspire. Any dreams you guys want to discuss? Political views you want to... Everyone in the chat, post your views on abortion. Don't do that. Just watch the video here.